Greetings, pen pals. We're doing something a little different this video. I'm not going to be reviewing a particular pen. I'm going to be talking about something that a certain percentage of you might find interesting and useful, and particularly if you're the owner of a PenBBS 456. These are a few of the PenBBS 456s that I have. It's a vacuum filling pen from PenBBS. It's a very, very nice pen. It comes in a bunch of different colorways. It's still available. Many of the colorways that I have here are no longer available, but I have quite a few videos on this pen. Many of my fellow YouTubers have reviewed this pen over the years, including videos on how to disassemble it. That's particularly what we're going to be talking about, is how to maybe make disassembling this a little bit easier. One thing I will say is that many people fully disassemble these sort of vac filling pens a bit too often. There is fully disassembling the pen, which I'm going to show you here, is seldom necessary. So bear that in mind as well. So in any case, the biggest issue with disassembling the pen, and the most common thing that you might want to really take the the vacuum filling mechanism out for is for thorough cleaning. And to do that, you do need to unscrew this piece here. That has flat sides, as you can see, and you would think, well, if you have a nice selection of wrenches for other fountain pens, you may be able to find one that fits. Unfortunately, none of the ones I have, and I have quite a big selection, this is just some of them, actually fit properly. So to address that issue, I decided I was going to make a tool to simply remove that. But then I said, well, you know what? There's really two other things you need to be able to remove if you want to fully disassemble it. You need to be able to get into the little notches under the blind cap, so you can hold the mechanism still, so you can unscrew the blind cap. We'll get to that in a minute. And then there's a retaining nut inside that you have to be able to remove. So there's really three discrete steps that you need to do this. Now, I have done this over the years, availing myself of many different tools, and it works fine. But I always thought it would be nice, considering how popular this pen is and how many of them I have, it would be nice if I had a specialty tool that could take care of the disassembly of this pen. In particular, if you want to disassemble the full piston filling mechanism, to avail yourself of replacing some of the parts in the very nice parts pack that PenBBS offers. And I do recommend this highly. You can buy it from PenBBS directly on Etsy, etc. It comes with all the sort of wear-outable parts that you might ever need for both this pen and a few others. Obviously, there's some converters in here. This isn't a converter pen, but anywhere from nib unit holders to all the gaskets, felt gaskets, rubber gaskets, O-rings, etc. that go into this. So it's a nice thing to get. So in any case, I decided I was going to start fiddling around with some 3D CAD software, which is not something I was terribly familiar with prior to this, and design a tool for this purpose. And the result is right here. This is what I'm calling a 3-in-1 PenBBS 456 disassembly tool. And it really takes care of the three pieces of disassembly for a PenBBS 456 that you will need to avail yourself of. So let's talk about that right now. So if you want to disassemble this pen, you really need to first basically take the flat spots there, use this sort of wrench end here, put the wrench end on the flat spots there, simply hold it, and then you can simply unscrew that right there. Now this here is going to be probably 95% of all you'll ever need this tool for. It's just simply taking this out so you can thoroughly clean the inside of the barrel and clean this mechanism here, and perhaps lubricate it with a little silicone grease. If you want to disassemble it further, don't worry, this tool has you covered as well. So the next step that you'd want to do is be able to get into these flats, little indentations in here, so you can unscrew the blind cap and then remove this whole piece here. That is easier said than done. I typically do that with shoving some needle nose pliers up there and holding it in place, etc. But I thought, well, since we're going to the trouble of making a bespoke tool specifically for the 456, let's, and we already have this end, let's use some of the real estate on this end to create this specialty mechanism here. As you can see, if you look really closely, there's two little nubs on here adjacent to this slot. Those are the two little nubs that fit into the two slots on there. So you simply snap this on, you ease that over, and then you slowly want to rotate the blind cap back and forth very gently until those little nubs engage in the slots. And then you can simply hold it and unscrew the blind cap. Once you take this off, you'll see what's going on here. You see how you have the little nub on either side engaged in the slot on this bit that the blind cap screws into. So that's the second part. You do have to remove this retaining nut in order to be able to get this whole business off here. And so that's where this little notch comes in here. You just simply put that on the retaining nut and then turn it, and then you can loosen the retaining nut and it'll come right off. Remove the this bit here, then this can come off. And if you want to remove, there's a whole bunch of washers, O-rings, etc. inside here that you can remove and replace or clean out, etc. So, but getting everything disassembled up to this point is key to be able to do that. Again, 95% of the time, you're not going to need to disassemble it this far, and you probably should not disassemble it that far. So just to reassemble it, we'll put this back on. We'll put on the retaining nut. We'll finger tighten it for now. We'll put the tool back on, and we'll just tighten it just a little bit. Don't over tighten it. Now we can snap this bit on here, get those little nubs aligned in the slots on either side of the bit that the blind cap screws onto. So you can see we have that there and we have that there. We can then take the blind cap, lower it down, tighten it. Do not over tighten this. Just get that tight a little bit. Pull that out. And now here we go. And then the very last step is simply putting our vacuum filling mechanism in. We can finger tighten it to start. And frankly, vast majority of the time, that's good enough. But if you want to give it a little extra oomph, again, we put our wrench on the flat sides there and just turn it a little bit to tighten it. So that is our tool specifically designed to address disassembly and reassembly of the PenBBS 456. So I hope you find this tool useful. The number one question you're probably asking is, how do you get one of these? Well, if you have access to a 3D printer, it couldn't be simpler. In the notes for this video, I will put a link to the model for this that you can then print to your heart's content, as many of these as you like. You can even modify it, improve it. If you want to use it as a basis for a special tool for another fountain pen, it could certainly work for that as well. So whatever you like, I would, just let me, if you decide to do anything like that, just please let me know. I did put a little bit of work into it. This obviously didn't work right out of the box. I had to go through quite a bit of prototypes before I got this working properly. So try it out, see if you like it. I will say, use at your own risk and your own caution. Please don't break your pen, etc. In terms of durability of this is printed on regular PLA, and so far it has not proved difficult for me or failed me in any way. Although, PLA is not the absolute strongest material you can print with the 3D printer. If you want to try with maybe ABS or nylon, I'd be curious to see how that works as well. But anyway, this was my first foray into design for 3D printing. Most of the stuff I've been 3D printing has been models that other folks have designed, things like these cool little boxes or this pen tray, etc. These are not models that I've designed myself. So this is my first 3D printed model that I designed myself. It will not be the last, that is for sure. But this is my first foray into this sort of thing. So, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found it useful, and I'd be curious for any sort of feedback along these lines to see if this is something that folks find useful and interesting and exciting. I was sort of surprised that, at least that I could tell, nothing like this existed already. But now that it does, like I said, I think this might be useful as a basis for simply changing the width of this wrench here, you could use it as a tool for many, many other pens as well, just as an example. So in any case, I guess that's about all I have to say. I guess we should do some writing. I don't, let me get a PenBBS 456 that I have inked so we could actually do some writing and say farewell. This is Rhodia 80 GSM paper, and this is a PenBBS 456, but this one has a Pilot 14 karat nib in broad. And this is Ackerman SBRE brown ink. And like I said, if you folks found this tool interesting or enjoyable, or if you had any success with it, no matter what, I would please appreciate it if you can like, comment, share, and subscribe. That would be very much appreciated by me. In any case, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you found it informative, even if you don't ever intend on taking your PenBBS 456 apart. And until we see each other again, have a great day. Bye-bye.